Page 50, Old Christmas Tree or Old Tannenbaum, depending on which direction you're going, I reckon. 3/4 time, no sharps or flats in the key signature. I don't see any accidentals anywhere, so it looks like we're only using the white keys here. I like to check the notes and the rhythms and the fingering, starting with the right hand. We're coming in on beat 3, pickup beat. That means there should be another measure somewhere with 2 beats in it. If you look around, it's usually at the end. You see there isn't. That, in my opinion, is an error. That half note at the end should be a quarter note with a fermata over it. Then that way that would be 2 beats. And then the dotted half note shouldn't have a dot. It should be 2 beats. So it doesn't affect how we play it. It's just technically it's incorrect. We're still coming in on beat 3 in the right hand here. It's a 3 and 1 and 2. Then reach down here. We just changed hand positions right there. But during the rest, come back up. We want to be here for measure 3. 1 and 2 and. Now on these dotted rhythms, there's different ways of approaching it. Do whatever is best for you. Don't play them as triplets. Triplet. Those are triplets. Please don't do that. The short note needs to be short. It's one ienda, one ienda, one ienda. Or just think of it as short. 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2. Just keep them short. Now on measure 5, you're coming down again, but you're not moving this time. Keep the hand here, just the thumb. Second finger stays on the D. You're doing that, and then again. Same thing, just the thumb comes down, not the hand. And then measure 11, it's third finger. 1 and 2 and 3, and then third finger. 3 and 3 and 1 and 2, rest, and come down. The idea. And then the last measure, you have a whole measure of rests in there. You just come up here, here. That's all right. Left hand, you're starting here. 2, 3, 1, 2, and then reach up if you can here. Now, if that's a stretch for you, you can always move up, but you can also play that with third finger. Just come up, bring third finger up. This way you're closer to that if you need to be. I'll leave that up to you and the size of your hands or whatever. And then here, measure 3, 1, 2, then they want bring the little finger down. And I do a 1/4 in that case. Measure 3, careful. It's here, and then the little finger comes down. And then for the next measure, I do a 1/4, it's there. You can do a 5/1 if you want. I should say the bottom number first. 5/1 here and a 5/1 again. I think that's poor fingering though, because the 4 is there, just use it. And then 2. And I'm going to do that every time I get this fingering. There. Put the hands together. You're here. Whichever finger you're using in the left hand, I don't care. And then here. And then here. All these together. Connect everything now. As best you can. You can't connect repeated notes. Connect everything else. Now, going from measure 11 to 12. The left hand going from here to here. Just lift up and move. No biggie. Don't make it a real quick jerky motion or nothing. Just lift up and move. You gotta come back up. Practice that going back and forth. I would suggest We use a little more advanced fingering because it's actually easier in this case. Rather than using 5-1 on these, going back and forth, I can cover all of those notes in one hand position. All I got to do is just reach out to an octave. Can you reach an octave? Can you go here to here? And the other notes involved are C and a D. Can you do that? Can you cover all those notes? If you can, then that's the position. That's what you're going to do. So on measure 11, it's not 5 and 1, it's 3 and 1 here. And then for measure 12, it's just 5 and 2. I don't have to move the hand. And if I were playing it and fingering it, that's how I would finger it too. In fact, I think that's how I'm going to finger it. There. So starting on measure 11, you're here. So it's 3 and 1. And then pick up to measure 15. Then I come back up. The left hand come back into this position. Third finger, you have a rest. You can move down here. Rest, you can do that. Here. All right. Once you can get the hand sort of working, then go back through it and work on the tough spots and get rid of the hesitations. No hesitations. As far as articulation goes, it's all pretty much connected. You can lift up, follow the words and the sentences. For the rest, you have to lift up. So follow that. It's like taking a breath, let the music breathe type thing. The left hand, you connect everything as best you can except for the rest. In the first line, for instance, this is introduction. And then both hands come up together. It's like taking a breath. And connect this to this. So it's all melody. Keep the left hand down. Lift up. Keep the left hand down. I'm going to connect the left hand. It's like a measure 11 going to measure 12. I'm going to connect all that together. That's all one phrase. And then I can lift up, like taking a breath. Connect this. All that's together. I don't agree with their slurring they've got in there. Connect it according to the words. You'd lift up when there's a comma. The left hand, I'm connecting it all the way. Dynamics, go to the melody. Whatever you think mezzo piano or moderately soft is, sort of soft. Left hand's soft or very soft. But on pick up to measure 3, that's melody. And it's loud. Forte is loud. Not super loud, just loud. And everything else is in the background. So, can you go soft here? Loud, soft. Moderately loud. The measure 6, bottom. They're helping you interpret the piece. Dynamics, articulation, all this stuff. That's part of interpreting the piece. They're giving you guides to go by. And this little hairpin on measure 6 is telling you to come off the phrase. You do that anyway, I hope. You know, because that's just part of it. You just come off the phrase. Da, 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 da. You do, just feel it, and that's what you do. And so you're coming down to about a moderately loud to moderately soft in there. And then back to loud. Come down. Come down. Now we're soft to pick up to measure 11. The left hand's very soft. Send you loud. Soft. this is louder on the last measure. This is louder than this. So soft, soft, very soft. Here. Yeah. As I'm doing this, I want to hear that. Don't drown it out. Speed, majestic. This is a oh, Christmas tree, majestic, blah blah blah. I don't know. I need more coffee for this. Just about where I've been going. Somewhere in there. They've added pedal, and we definitely need pedal on this. We want the overtones. We want to connect some things. At the beginning, we're not pedaling it. Keep it simple and clean, and then measure 3, push the notes down, and then the pedal. Change it after you play the notes, and lift it up with the right hand so we hear the break in the phrase. Don't pedal this. Then the pedal. Lift up. See, I'm lifting the pedal in the right hand. I'm not lifting the left hand. This is measure 8 at the bottom there. The left hand stays down. And this is soft and simple. Now they're saying pedal here, and that's to connect the chords in the left hand. We do this, it's called a legato pedaling. I have the chord down, this measure 12. I want to play it again, I can't connect it, so I'm going to push the pedal down right before I do. This way it's connected. And they have you doing that on too, between measures 13 and 14 here to here. But if you finger it like I told you to, you don't need the pedal there, because you can connect them anyway. If you're doing this, then you need the pedal. But you also need the pedal at the end of measure 11. Because to go down, if you're going to do that, you need the pedal to connect the left hand. So just push the pedal down with the 8th note at the end of the measure. This is measure 11. Connect it here, and then it just worked out. I could put the pedal down with the 8th note, the last 8th note in each of those measures. However, if you're fingering it this way, you don't need it. You do here, and I don't need it. I just did it just to connect the chords, and that's it. So if you're fingering it this way, you only need the pedal to connect measures 12 and 13. That's it. If you're fingering it this way, then you need the pedal between measures 11 and 12, 12 and 13, and 13 and 14. I'll leave that up to you. That's however you're doing it, or however your teacher is telling you to do it. That's good enough. The fermata at the end, you hang on to that until it feels right, and then you let go. If I do it with a metronome, I'm going to hold the half note down 4 counts instead of 2, and then both hands let go. I like to play it with you slowly to double check all the notes and the rhythms. I'll do the pedaling. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'm going to play both hands about the same. So I'll give us 2 counts. Ready, go. 2 counts. And then let's try it together slowly. All we're doing is checking notes and rhythms. We're not performing it here. Ready and go, and 3. 1 and 2 and. And 3. best.